The topic, that's business environment and its type. First of all, let me give my introduction. This is Shalini Khatwani. I'm an MBA in the field of finance and marketing, and currently I'm preparing for UgCnet Management. So business environment and its type is one of the most interesting topic which covers almost all courses of management and commerce, including UgCnet, MBA, BBA, Bcom, MCom, and I've used more practical aspect, more practical examples and flowcharts and diagram in this PPT, so that it will be very convenient for you to learn this topic. So let's get started. First of all, let us focus on the first word, that is business. Business is an economic activity which is concerned with earning profit. The main motto of business is to earn profit. Okay, the organized efforts of an individual or group contributing towards the production of product or service is termed as business. Okay, now let us deal with the second word, that's environment. What is environment? Environment means the external forces and the factors which affect your business activity. If I want to start a business in, for example, USA, I need to scan, I need to analyze external factors and forces which will impact my business activity. The political environment, the social environment, the legal environment, the technological environment, the demographic environment. Every factor is very important. I need to analyze what people want, what are the tastes, needs, wants, preference of individual there, what the people want, what is the purchasing power. Okay, environment is basically classified into two categories: internal environment, which is controllable, which is under the organization, and we have external environment, which is outside the organization, which cannot be controlled, but partially micro factor can be controlled. External environment is classified into micro and macro. Micro, which is partially controllable; macro, which is uncontrollable. Internal is totally controllable. Okay, now let us deal with the meaning of business environment. Business environment is the sum total of all the factors. Okay, business environment is the aggregate of internal factors as well as external factors that affect the functioning of business activity. Internal, that are within the organization, which can be controlled by the business organization. They can change that, they can modify according to their need and requirement. Okay, internal factors are vision of the organization, mission of the organization, the objective, the HR policy, organization structure. External factors are classified into two categories, that's micro environment, macro environment. Micro environment, which is partially controllable by organization, that includes supplier, competitor, customer, public, shareholder. And macro factor, which is uncontrollable, cannot be controlled by the business organization. They need to adapt to macro factor for running their business activity effectively and efficiently. Macro factors are political environment, legal environment, social environment, technological environment, political environment, demographic environment. Okay, now business environment helps in identifying business opportunity. Very important. Business environment helps in identifying business opportunity. Business opportunity, tapping useful resources. It helps in utilizing the resources at the best possible level. Okay, see, if I want to start a business in any country, I need to see the availability of resources, because resources are the input of any business organization. If resources are not there, if I am not getting the resources, there will be no production, and thus vision of the business organization won't be able to achieve. So it's very important to analyze in which country, in which economy there are opportunity of my business activity, where there is availability of resources. Okay, and thus they plan according to that. They improve, seeing the competitors' policy, they improve their performance, they improve their HR structure, employee training, motivation, everything they develop. Seeing the external environment, seeing the competitor, seeing the competitor's product, they change the pricing, they change the features, they change the quality of product. Okay, and thus they contribute towards profitability of business organization. Now, types of business environment. Business environment is classified into two categories. I've told you earlier, that's internal environment, that's within the organization, which is controllable. This is controllable, you can control it, you can change it, modify it according to your requirement. Okay, this is uncontrollable. But micro factor is partially controllable. You can somewhat control. If your business organization, you can somewhat control, but macro factor you can't control. It's not under the control of business organization. You can't change the law enforcement, legislation, or political power party or demographic factors or needs, wants, taste, preference of the people living in that economy. You can't change, but you can change your vision, you can change your mission, you can change your organization structure, you can change your HR policy. So it's very important to analyze internal factor and external factor for smooth running of your business activity. Okay. Now, internal environment. First of all, let us deal with the internal environment, which is very, very important. Internal environment, which can be controlled, I've told you earlier also, it can be controlled by the organization or company. Primary factors which directly affect the growth of organization. Yeah, these are primary factor, because without this factor, no organization can be established. Without vision, no business can run. Without mission, no business can run. Without objective, without HR structure, without organization structure, no organization can run effectively. It can't analyze what will happen in future without vision. Vision is predicting, like, after 10 years or 20 years where my business organization would reach. So it's very important to have control over internal factors. If your internal factors are not on your control, you can't achieve the objective. Ultimate aim of your business organization won't be achieved. Okay. Now, types of internal environment. What are the types of internal environment? Vision, which is the ultimate goal where organization want to reach in the future. Okay. Mission is under vision, that's short term objective. Objectives are on the short term, long term basis. Okay. Value system, what is the value system of that company? It's very important. Ethics, what are the ethics, what are the CSR activities they are following, whether the employees or the workers are being provided with a good working environment, fair wages are being given. Okay, all the factors are, or the forces which affect the companies running are smooth enough, they are doing activities which are creating somewhat ethical, they are not doing unethical or illegal activities. Very important. Tata company, why it is very famous? Because the value system of that company is very strong. Okay, value system is very, very important. If you want to create goodwill in the market, if you want to increase your brand value or brand equity, you need to have a good value system in your organization. Human resource, very, very important. Human resource is the most important resource of any business organization. No organization can run without human resource, because they are the ultimate resource which have the qualification, talent, experience, and they can be improvised, they can be motivated, they can be upgraded, so they contribute towards more production and ultimate achievement of the vision of the business organization. No organization, if you talk about Tata company, Reliance company, Wipro company, Google company, any company you talk about, the human resource are the most important resource. That's why the company are able to achieve their vision. Okay. Now, corporate culture, what is the culture, what is the working environment there? Very important. Working environment should be good, cooperative environment should be there, harmonious environment should be there, there should be no conflict, quarrels between top level, middle level, low level. If there are a lot of conflicts or quarrels, what will happen? Ultimately, there will be no focus, and no focus will lead to distraction, and you will be not able to contribute towards production of goods and services. Organization structure, what is the organization structure of a business organization? Very important. What is the hierarchy of management? Okay, what are the designation? Different designation depends. If you're dealing with the one product, your level of hierarchy will be different. If you're dealing with many product line, the hierarchy will be different. Okay. Physical resources and technology, very important. And organization's internal factor, most internal factor, that's technology. Okay, your resources, because without technology you cannot increase the production. Without technology you cannot capture the market, you cannot satisfy the customer, you cannot do R&D. Technology is most important nowadays. Without technology, no business organization can run. They can't capture the market, they can't satisfy the consumer. Okay. Now, external environment, very, very important. External environment, the word itself says, which is outside the business organization. Okay, the factors which are beyond the control of business, they cannot control. Organization are included in external environment. Now, types of external environment, I've told you earlier also, there is two classification. Micro environment, which is partially controllable, macro environment, which is uncontrollable. You cannot control macro factors. Okay. Now, micro environment, let us focus on the micro environment, very important. First point is supplier. Supplier play a very, very dominant role. Without supplier, your business activities cannot take place. Why? because they supply various input which are very very important for your functioning of business activity, which is concerned with production and operational department. Raw material, okay, power, helps in smooth conduct of business activity. Firm should have more than one supplier, very important. If a firm doesn't have more than one supplier, what will happen? If that one supplier doesn't supplies you, or if he all of a sudden increases the price of the raw material, what will happen? Your production will hinder, or your product's price may increase, and that will, what will happen? The people or the customer or consumer won't be able to purchase a product. So it's very important to analyze supplier, how many supplier you need to have. Okay, then you have customer, very very important. Customer is the ultimate why product has been produced, to satisfy the ultimate customer, to deliver to the final consumer. Okay, the customer is the king of the market. Okay, he is the person who is the intermediary to ultimate satisfy the customer. So it's very important to provide them with the proper product, provide them with the proper service. Okay, competitor, they play a very very important role. Competitor form an important part of micro environment. Okay, business they capture a large share in the market. Okay, they constantly watch the competitor policy and just their policy to gain customer confidence, to increase the market share. Very important. If you're not analyzing the competitor, if you're not analyzing the competitor's product, competitor's pricing policy, competitor's promotional strategy, what will happen? You will be not able to face a cut through competition. See, if the Vodafone or Idea doesn't realize the strategy of Jio, will they be able to face a cut through competition in the market? No. It's very important. It's very important. That's why research and development department has been established by every business organization to research what the competitor are bringing new in the market, what the customer want, and what we should make according to the requirement of the customer. Public, very important. You are satisfying or you're providing the good to ultimate public shareholder. They are the ultimate owner of your company. They are the person who are investing in a company. So it's very important to provide them the information regarding a financial position, the position of your assets and liability, all the things, all the functioning of your business activity. It's very important. Now let us deal with the macro environment. Macro environment is classified into economic environment, socio-cultural environment, political environment, technological environment, ecological environment, legal environment, demographic environment, international environment. Now let us focus on the first point, that is economic environment. Very very important. Economic environment, we need to see the economic position of any country before starting a business activity. You need to see what are the financial institutions there, what is the rate of loan they are giving. Okay, what is the growth of the economy, what is the position of the economy, whether it's going inflation, deflation, recession is there, what is the position of GDP, GNP, per capita income, and all the factors and forces which are very very important. You need to see what is the economy's condition. Okay, different segment of population are there, which segment is contributing towards which factor. Like in India, we basically we mostly rely on agriculture product. So if any company want to start up the business of petroleum or diesel, that won't run here, because the resources or the raw material or the economic condition is not feasible for that product. Okay, economic condition of different segment of population. The disposal income, disposal means remaining income. Purchasing power, what is the purchasing power of people there? Very important. If you're not analyzing the purchasing power, you won't be able to capture the market. You won't be able to increase the sale of the product, because it's very important. If Oppo, Vivo are running successful in India because their pricing policy is perfect, they are making product for each and every segment. So it's very important to see what is the purchasing power of the people whom I am distributing the product. Ultimately I need to satisfy them. Okay, rate of growth of economy, it's very important. You need to see the rate of growth of economy. Why most of the investors are coming in India? Because the rate of growth of economy is very high. Why people are not going to Syria, Afghanistan or terrorist country? Why? Because the rate of economy or the availability of resources or availability of technology or workforce is not there. So it's very important to analyze where the economy is growing, rate of growth in each sector of economy. Okay, now in India, basically we rely on these factors. We rely on agriculture mostly. Okay, it contributes a lot towards national income, towards GDP, GNP. Then we have industry. We have different industry: large scale industry, small scale industry, iron industry, coal industry. Okay, capital goods, services. We have different services: import, export, infrastructure, economic policy, economic system. Economic policy, basically we have monetary policy, we have fiscal policy, we have industrial policy. This all policy are regulated by RBI, Reserve Bank of India, which analyzes the distribution of money in economy. Okay, they have the control of distributing money to the ultimate public or to the commercial banks. Okay, economic system. What is the economic system? What are the banking facility availability? Okay, what is the rate of interest? Very important. If you want to start a business in an economy, you need to see what is the rate of interest they are granting. Okay, NBFCs, you need to see the rate of interest from NBFCs, commercial banks. Okay, cooperative banks. Insurance, what is the structure of insurance in that particular economy? Capital market, very important. Capital market is very important. Money market. Okay, now political environment. This is also very important point. Political environment. See, political environment plays the most important part in any economy, any economy, because under political environment, economic environment, social environment, technological environment, demographic environment comes, because this is the policy, this is the environment which is the ultimate ruler of the business of any economy. Okay, see, Coca-Cola entered in our economy, in our country, but it was totally rejected by political party, because political party or political system didn't wanted international companies to come in our market. So it's very important to analyze political environment before starting up a business in any economy. Okay, government economic policy. What is the economic policy of that government? Earlier, before 1991, there was no LPG, but after 1991 there is LPG. There was an implementation of LPG. So before 1991 there were no international company. So if you want to start a business before 1991, it was not possible, because political economic policy was not suitable. There was no liberalization, privatization, globalization. Okay, stable political environment, very important. Why most of the investor want to invest in that economy where there is a political stability, there is no changes in the political party? Why people don't invest in poor countries? Because there is a political instability. Like if you talk about Syria, Afghanistan, Pakistan, this poor country, they don't have much political stable environment. So investor feel like, if what will happen all of a sudden if the political party change and doesn't accept my product? I will be in huge loss. So it's very important to analyze political environment. Government rules and regulation, yeah, very important. What are the rules, what are the regulation you need to follow of government? Because ultimate government is ruling the economy of that particular country. Okay, stability of government is essential requisite of economic growth element, like social and religious organization, media and pressure group are, and lobbies of various kind are also part of the political environment. You need to see what is the social environment there. You need to see, very important. If you are against the social factors and forces, if you are going against the rituals, rights or values of the people living in that particular economy, so what will happen? Ultimately, you won't be able to achieve the vision of the business organization. The product won't be accepted by people living there. Okay, now social environment, very important. Socio-culture environment is very important, because ultimately you want to satisfy the people living in that economy. So you need to analyze what the people want. Okay, what are their beliefs, what are their religious factor, what are their needs, wants, perception, attitude, preference, behavior, culture, values, very important. These all factors are very important, because ultimately if these factors are not suitable or not accepting your product won't be selling in that particular economy. See, KFC or McD came in India with beef burger, which was totally rejected by the people of India. Why? Because religious factor. Indian people don't eat beef. They are against cow eating, cow killing. Their religious factor is there. Okay, so it's very important to analyze all these factors before starting a business in an economy. What the people's perception is there toward your product. Okay, what is their attitude, what is their preference, what they want. Okay, what is the behavior. Then McD change into potato burger, because the people's preference was more towards vegetarian food, because here most of the peoples are Hindu, they love vegetarian food. Okay, Now demographic environment is concerned with the demography of economy. What is the size of population, what is the gender distribution, what is the age group, what is the location, income group. Very important. If you want to start a business in any economy, you need to see the location, you need to see the gender ratio, you need to see the population, you need to see income group. This is very important. If your income group is very lower class, okay, they don't have much income, and you're manufacturing the product which are very high price, so they don't won't be able to purchase a product, and ultimately won't be able to achieve the vision of the business organization. Now legal environment, this is also one of the most important point. Legal environment is the most important factor, because if you're not following the rules regulation of that particular economy or law enforcement, then you won't be able to achieve the vision of the business organization. You need to follow all these acts before starting up a business activity. You need to study all the act. If you start a company, you need to form MOA, AOA. If you want to start a partnership, you need to form a partnership deed. So all these policies, all these factors are very important before starting up any business activity in any economy. Okay. Technological environment, technology is the most important factor, because without technology nowadays no business organization can run, no business organization can achieve its mission, vision. Not possible, because technology is capturing more market. Now we are not just facing the cut through competition from our local companies or national companies, we are dealing with international companies, we are selling to international borders. So it's very important to be technologically upgraded, making product more sound, more advanced. Like Oppo and Vivo company, they basically analyze technological environment very nicely. Wow. Why? Because this company Oppo, Vivo, they bring up the product with the nominal pricing, with the new features, and with the more advanced technology in the product. Okay. Now natural environment. Natural environment includes geographical and ecological factor that influence the business operation. Natural environment concerns with the availability of raw material. If you don't have raw material, your business won't be running. So it's very important to analyze whether the availability of raw material, whether the availability of water, power, energy is there, sufficient availability of raw material is there or not. If there is not availability of this raw material, your business won't be running successfully. Okay. Now this factor include the availability of natural resources, weather, climatic condition, location, topographic factors. Okay. Now thank you. Do like, share and subscribe my channel. Thank you.